Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we finally got the confirmation via the next sneak peek, the latest sneak peek, on who is going to be the mid-month tier 3 to join Cable. And it is, thankfully, the one that I was hoping for, a lot of people were hoping for, Rogue. Rogue has awoken from her slumber and is ready to defend Krakoa. She has joined the other members of Excalibur and wields the power of the most powerful mutants. Rogue will stand with our agents to protect Krakoa, the land of the mutants, and beyond. We need a Krakoa game mode, not a game mode. We need a Krakoa stage for other game modes. I mean, maybe we could fight Apocalypse on Krakoa. Oh, maybe we could fight Cable on Krakoa for World Boss Legend. That would be dope. The new power of Rogue. The details will be stated in the next patch, so stay tuned. Thank you. And then we check out this very cool sneak peek, which pays a lot of homage to the Excalibur series that we covered in the previous video. So if you haven't watched that video, you should, because there's a ton of visual cues here. We see her transform into Apocalypse, which is super dope, and then we see the Krakoan language written there, Rogue tier 3. And this is also sort of a homage to last year's March update, or yeah, it was like March update, where we got Professor X, we got the new Magneto, Jean Grey, and Wolverine uniforms. We got Mystique, we got Mr. Sinister, and we got our House of X Powers of 10 update, which was one of the best thematically, comic-wise, that we've gotten, and the only, straight up mutant update we've gotten since this one. So, or until this one, I should say. But yeah, really cool. I think that's her tier 3 advancement animation, where she, shows the blue and she punches you, but the flowers, and then she's lying on the bed as she was when she was in that sort of power induced coma. And yeah, really sweet, super good nod to the comics, Excalibur and the Krakoan stuff. Very nice. I am hyped. I'm sort of, I'm after the stage of being super hyped. I wasn't able to record my very first initial reaction. I was actually sitting down watching Superstore on Netflix. Really good show, by the way, super underrated. But yeah, I was like, let's go, and I was yelling and all that stuff. So I know some of you guys want to see those reactions live. I apologize, I can't recreate it here, but you sort of get it. My reactions are kind of all the same. It's just me yelling let's go repeatedly. So we're going to be getting Rogue tier 3. We're going to be getting this new uniform. We're also going to be getting X-23's new uniform, and we're going to be getting her Awakened. Now, the scheduled release date says 1 day, so it seems like it's going to be around midnight Eastern time. It may end up being earlier, but these sorts of mid-month patches get sent out in waves. Luckily, last month's mid-month update, which was when they released Null as a playable character, and they released Null tier 3, and you could get Null's biometrics in his World Boss Legend, that mid-month patch was actually early. So big kudos, shout out to the dev team for getting that update out like an hour and a half earlier than they stated it would be out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no promises, but hopefully they will get this one out earlier as well, because cannot wait to play with Rogue and to get my hands on her new uniform and then her new tier 3. And so what better time than now to prepare? I'm really happy, and I was sort of banking on her getting a tier 3 because I have already half invested completely in her gears, so I didn't want that to go to waste if she wasn't getting anything at all. So we just have to do power absorption and Uncanny X suit here, but I'll be curious to see how much better she gets. Let me just quickly take a mental note. I got 5,791. Let's see how much this cost me. The last time I upgraded gears on a video or in a video, it was very costly for Loki. So hopefully we don't see any more 34s. Yeah, okay, if we can keep it in the single digits, which we haven't hit yet, that would be great. But otherwise, let's just not go into the 30s. Let's not go into the dirty 30s. I just turned 30, but that should be the only 30 mentioned anywhere in the game or in the video. So yeah, I know Rogue, I know Psylocke fans are going to be a little bit disappointed that she didn't get anything, but maybe, unlike Rogue, there's definitely the possibility in the future of getting an update where, Apocalypse gets a uniform, Morgan Le Fay gets a uniform, Jamie Braddock Jamie Braddock and Brian, right? So maybe both of Psylocke's brothers get added to the game as new characters. We get Captain Britain, and we just get Brian or Jamie as like a, crown having despot. Okay, 24. Not super cheap. Not super cheap, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. So we're done with the gears. We're all ready to go for the tier 3. I mean, there's obviously more tweaks that I could do. Like I could amplify those last 2 Uru slots, but 18 out of 20 is not bad at all. Let me just check quickly on this we had 57.91, and now we have 51.67. So we spent about 624. That's kind of a lot for less than 2 gears. It was basically like 1 gear and a tiny bit. So yeah, that would have been, if that had continued, that would have been super expensive. And thankfully, my memory doesn't serve me well enough to remember what her gears cost before. But yeah, that would have been expensive. The really good thing as well about Rogue getting a tier 3 is we're finally getting another speed tier 3. The last speed tier 3 was Black Widow, all the way back in April 2020. So it's been almost a year since we got so many Universal tier 3s back to back that we didn't have any time for anybody else. We then recently got 2 combats with Venom and Carnage. We got the blast type, but yeah, with Cable. But otherwise, it's been non-stop Universals. And so yeah, we had Winter Soldier, I guess, was the other one in 20. We literally had 2 speed tier 3s in 2020. We had Winter Soldier in February, and then we had Black Widow in April. That's wild. So I have not touched these speed books in almost a year, and I'm probably not going to play Corvus for a long time because I don't think we're going to get another speed tier 3 for a while. It seems like the speed types are just not on the radar at all. They're more likely to get an awakening than they are to get, like, we've gotten so many awakenings, right? We had Mystique, Silk, Spider-Gwen, and now Nightcrawler and X-23. So 5, well, you don't count Sunbird at the beginning of the year, but oh no, Elsa, 7. Forgot about you, Elsa. You're so forgettable. So many speed awakenings that the tier 3s just get sort of left behind in the shuffle. So yeah, I'm super hype for Rogue tier 3. Hopefully she will be meta. It'll be very interesting as well to see how well she does CTP wise outside of a rage with something like a Judgment, let's say, because with that new uniform, it's very interesting to see she's got mixed mind and lightning damage. We've basically only seen Crystal and Storm having mixed damage in the game, as at least like to this level. You got Jean Grey with the mind and fire damage a little bit, but it's not quite as much as this. It'll also be very interesting to see, because you can't see here, right? It's not in the game at all what kind of damage her tier 3 skill is going to do. That's really going to be a big question mark. I really hope that Rogue is going to be good for PvE, because I haven't really been feeling the vibe to play PvP lately. The timeline battle non-changes have kind of soured me. So even though I'm paying for the shield special support and I get that free refresh every single day, so I can technically play another 10 rounds every single day. Like, I have a free refill. I don't use it. I've used it once in the 3 or 4 days since I've had it available. I'm just not using it. On the one hand, I'm not using it because you don't get tokens. They've limited you to only getting the glory tokens on the first 10 runs, which is different than the old system where you could infinitely get honor tokens. Secondly, you only get 7,500 gold. So playing timeline 10 times against all these sweaty sentries and these sweaty molecule mans, really tough with their, reforged CTPs and all this stuff, like risking a loss, risking a drop in points to get 75,000 gold. And the matches don't even go that quickly because Sentry's a tank. So it's like, it's more than 10 minutes of my time. I mean, I'm complaining about 10 minutes, but still. So yeah, that being said, I really hope that Rogue can be used for PvE content, especially Null. That's definitely going to be the barometer. And it also begs the question, which I wanted to make a separate video about, what happens, or what will happen, what is happening and what will happen to characters that are released that aren't good for the existing high-end content, most specifically Null. Like, if new characters get released and they either can't compete in Null because they're not tier 3able, they're not transcendable, or they are transcendable or tier 3able, but they're just not worth it, like Nightcrawler, Elsa, Silk, what sort of weird, space do those characters inhabit, and how does their value, like, they don't have any value. They're just like floating in space. And the only reason why you'd invest in those characters is either for the guaranteed fragments and the story ultimate modes, which, yeah, I guess you could do that. So, like that, for example. Or you do it because you love the character. But that's basically kind of. Oh, I guess you could do it for the very small squad battle bump, right? That character bonus. I clicked away from it, but yeah, that character bonus there in the corner. So yeah, interesting topic for another video. Wanted to stretch this video to 10 minutes because love my girl Rogue, but gotta get that watch time. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Rogue getting tier 3. RIP to all the Cynicalex fans out there. I apologize to you, but hopefully not in the not too distant future, we will get an update for Betsy and her Familia. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll be tier 3ing Rogue instantaneously tonight on Twitch. So you can hit me up there if you want to see that live, and then we'll test her out and stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.